Ahsoka Tano sits in meditation, white robes flowing, long montrals extending down her back, face marked by decades of war. She is ancient, battle-scarred, tired. Her mind drifts through memories. Anakin's fall, the yellow eyes, the burning temple, Order 66. Rex removing his helmet, tears streaming. Find him. Fives. Find him. Vader's mask, the duel on Malachor, his voice through the modulator. Then you will die. The rebellion. Kanan. Ezra. The Purge taking Thrawn into hyperspace. 50 years of war, 50 years of loss, 50 years of fighting. She's tired. Ahsoka surrenders to the Force. Let's go. Her eyes close. They snap open. Everything is wrong. Her body is small, light, no weight of age in her limbs. Her montrals are short, barely past her shoulders. She's aboard a ship. New class transport. The hum of engines, descending. Ahsoka looks at her hands. Young, unmarked, 14 years old. Her lightsaber, single blade, green, not the white sabers of Fulcrum. Realization crashes down. Christophasis. 22 BBY. The Battle of Christophas. She's 14 years old, about to meet Anakin Skywalker for the first time. The Force has sent her back. The shuttle's landing ramp descends. Bright light floods in. Ahsoka stands, her body moves with muscle memory from 50 years of combat, but it's a child's body. She steps onto the ramp. The battlefield of Christophsis spreads before her. Smoke, debris, clone troopers in Phase 1 armor, AV-7 artillery cannons silent behind defensive positions. And there, Anakin Skywalker, 22 years old, unburned, smiling, alive, Obi-Wan Kenobi beside him, whole, not a ghost, not a memory. The 501st Legion arrayed behind them. The emotional impact is a sledgehammer. Ahsoka has seen Anakin as Vader, watched the yellow eyes burn, felt his rage on Malachor. She has watched Obi-Wan die, felt him become one with the Force. She has buried her brothers, painted Rex's helmet, held dying clones in her arms. Now they are here, alive, young, whole. She does not cry. She becomes stone. Ahsoka descends the ramp. Every step measured. Perfect military bearing. In the original timeline, young Ahsoka was snippy, arrogant, called Anakin Sky Guy within minutes. Not this time. She approaches Anakin and Obi-Wan, stops 3 paces away, bows with perfect Jedi formality. Her voice is calm, reverent, layered with unspoken sorrow. General Skywalker, Master Kenobi, my name is Ahsoka Tano. Master Yoda has assigned me as your Padawan learner. It is an honor beyond words to stand beside you. Anakin and Obi-Wan exchange confused glances. This is not the bratty teenager Yoda warned them about. Obi-Wan speaks first. The honor is ours, young one. Though I must say, Master Yoda's description was less formal. Ahsoka meets his eyes. She has 50 years of memories with this man. Training, missions, his death. Master Yoda sees many possible futures. Perhaps he saw one where I was less mature. Anakin studies her. Something in her presence feels wrong. Too calm, too centered. How old are you? 14. Master. You don't fight like you're 14. Ashoka's expression doesn't change. I haven't fought yet. No, but you carry yourself like a veteran, like someone who's seen war. She holds his gaze. Perhaps I have, Master, in another life. Before Anakin can respond, an explosion rocks the battlefield. General Loathsome's deflector shield advances. Droid army marching behind it. The Republic's AV-7 artillery cannons fire. Shots deflected harmlessly. A clone officer runs up. General Skywalker. The shield's advancing. We can't hold this position. Ahsoka scans the battlefield. She has replayed this battle in her mind 1,000 times across 50 years. She knows the terrain, the droid positions, the shield generator's exact location. She speaks with clipped precision. Intelligence operative, Fulcrum. General, the shield generator is positioned 800 meters southeast of our position. Primary power coupling is exposed on the western face. 2 thermal detonators placed at the coupling junction will create a chain reaction. Generator will be destroyed in approximately 4 seconds after detonation. Anakin stares. How do you know that? I can infiltrate using the drainage culverts beneath Crystal Plaza. The droids monitor surface movement but not subterranean routes. Single operative. No thermal signature to trigger their sensors. Estimated mission time, 7 minutes. Obi-Wan's eyebrow raises. Anakin, your Padawan is remarkably confident. Permission to proceed, sir. Anakin hesitates. Then, you just got here. You don't know the battlefield. I know enough, and we're running out of time. Another explosion. Closer. Anakin makes a decision. Rex, get her 2 thermal detonators and cover fire if she needs extraction. A clone captain approaches. Phase 1 armor. Blue markings. DC. 15A blaster rifle. Captain Rex. CT. 7567. Ahsoka's chest tightens. This is the man who will paint his helmet for her, who will fight beside her until the end, who will be one of the only clones to escape Sidious's control. Rex removes his helmet. Sir, with respect, sending a Padawan alone into enemy territory. Ahsoka interrupts, gently, but with absolute authority. Captain Rex, I understand your concern, but I can do this. Trust me. Rex looks at her. Something in her eyes stops his objection. Yes, Commander. She takes the thermal detonators, clips them to her belt. 7 minutes, General. I'll signal when the shield is down. She moves, not like a teenager. Like a predator. Her fighting style, even running across the battlefield, is refined, economical. No wasted motion. She reaches the drainage culvert, descends into darkness. Above ground, Anakin and Obi-Wan watch. There's something wrong with her, Anakin says. Wrong? She doesn't move like a Padawan. She moves like you, like a master. Obi-Wan strokes his beard. Perhaps Yoda saw potential in her that requires unconventional training. Or perhaps she's not telling us something. Underground. The culverts. Ahsoka navigates with perfect precision. She has done this before. 50 years ago, as a teenager who barely survived. This time she knows every turn, every droid patrol pattern, every weak point. She emerges behind enemy lines. The shield generator looms ahead, massive, humming with energy. Battle droids patrol, standard B1 units, predictable. Ahsoka doesn't engage, doesn't need to. She moves through shadows, fulcrum training, espionage invisibility, reaches the generator's western face. The power coupling is exactly where she remembers. She places both thermal detonators, sets the timer. 30 seconds. Starts running. The detonators explode. The chain reaction is immediate. The generator's power core overloads. The deflector shield collapses. On the battlefield, Rex sees it first. Shields down. Shields down. The Republic's AV-7 artillery cannons open fire. Unobstructed shots slam into Loathsome's droid army. Explosions. Devastation. The droid advance collapses in minutes. Ahsoka emerges from the culvert, not even breathing hard. She walks calmly across the battlefield, past burning droid wreckage, past celebrating clone troopers. Anakin and Obi-Wan meet her. You did it, Anakin says. 7 minutes. Exactly. Yes, Master. How? Ahsoka looks at him. The weight of 50 years is in her gaze. Because I've done this before. Because I've fought this war. Because I know exactly what's coming. Anakin's hand moves to his lightsaber. Not threatening. Just wary. Who are you? I'm your Padawan master, and I will never let you fall. Removes his helmet. Ahsoka meets his eyes. Emotion cracks through her stone exterior for just a moment. This is her brother. Her closest friend. The man who will save her life more times than she can count. Captain Rex, it's an honor to serve with you. That was some impressive work down there. Thank you, Captain. I learned from the best. Rex frowns. You just got here. Who taught you? You did. Eventually. She turns and walks toward the command tent. Anakin and Rex exchange confused glances. Obi-Wan watches her go. Troubled. Anakin, I think your Padawan is hiding something significant. You think? The question is, do we trust her? Anakin looks at Ahsoka's retreating form. Something about her feels right, familiar. Like coming home. Yeah, I think we do. Command tent. Christophasis. That evening, Ahsoka requests a private meeting with Rex and his men. Rex assembles Torrent Company. Clones in Phase 1 armor. Identical faces. But Ahsoka sees individuals. She recognizes some. Not many. It's early in the war. Many of these men will die before she meets them in her original timeline. But Rex is here. That's what matters. She stands before them. A 14-year-old girl addressing battle-hardened soldiers. Rex speaks first. Commander, you wanted to address the men? Ahsoka nods. Captain, before we begin, I have a question. As a Jedi commander, do I outrank you? Rex's response is immediate. Respectful, but firm. In my book, experience outranks everything. Ahsoka smiles. Sad. Knowing. You're right, Captain. Experience does outrank everything. And I've learned that lesson the hard way. The clones shift. Confused. She continues. Voice steady. I want you to understand something. You are not clones. You are men. You have names. Identities. Souls. You are not expendable. You are not cannon fodder. You are brothers. And I will die before I let anyone take your freedom. Silence. No Jedi has ever spoken to them this way. Rex steps forward. Commander, we're soldiers. We were bred for combat. We understand the risks. You were bred as slaves. Ahsoka interrupts. And slavery is an abomination. The Republic uses you because it's convenient. The Jedi lead you because we've forgotten what you are. But I see you. All of you. And I will fight for your freedom with every breath in my body. She kneels. Before them, a Jedi kneeling before clones. You are my brothers, not my subordinates, not my tools, my brothers. And I will never betray you. The clones don't know how to respond. Rex finally speaks. Voice rough, emotional. Commander, we don't know what to say. You don't have to say anything. Just know that I mean it. Every word. She stands. There's something else. Something I need to investigate. And I'll need your help. Anything, Commander. The Camino ends. The cloning process. There's something wrong, something planted in your neural pathways during development. I can't explain how I know, but I need to remain off the record. Rex's expression hardens. You think the long necks did something to us? I know they did. But I need proof before I can act. What kind of proof? Medical, genetic, neurological, anything related to behavioral modification or inhibitor protocols. Rex processes this, then nods. I'll help you, whatever you need. Thank you, Captain. That night, Ahsoka's quarters aboard the Resolute. She sits at a terminal, slicing into Camino databases using every fulcrum technique she learned across 50 years. Ghost routing, data obfuscation, encryption breaches. The Republic's security is decent. Kaminoan security is better. But Ahsoka is better than both. She navigates through layers of classified files, medical records, genetic templates, neural programming protocols, and there, inhibitor chips buried deep in clone brain development, organic hardware implanted during gestation, linked to contingency orders, Order 65, Order 66, Order 67. She finds the specifications, the activation protocols, the behavioral override mechanisms. Order 66. Kill all Jedi. Classify them as traitors to the Republic. Voice activation. Chancellor. Biometric lock. Sheev Palpatine. Ahsoka's hands shake. She lived through this. Watched Rex struggle. Watched Fives die trying to expose it. Not this time. She copies everything. Stores it in encrypted files. Multiple redundancies. Hidden partitions. Then she searches for more. Financial records. Commission orders. Authorization signatures. And there it is. Darth Tyrannus. Count Dooku's Sith name. The clone army was ordered by the Sith. Planted with kill switches. Designed from the beginning to destroy the Jedi. Ahsoka records a private log. Voice barely above a whisper. I failed them once. I left the order. I wasn't there when they needed me. When Order 66 activated, I wasn't there to fight beside them. I survived because Rex was strong enough to resist. But so many others didn't. She closes her eyes. I won't fail them again. I will burn the galaxy to ash before I let Palpatine turn my brothers into slaves. Covers her tracks. Vanishes from the system like a ghost. Fulcrum training. 50 years of intelligence work. The Kaminoans will never know she was there. The next morning, training hall. Resolute, Anakin finds Ahsoka practicing lightsaber forms, single green blade moving through Shicho sequences. But it's not standard Shicho. Her movements are refined, economical, every strike precise, no wasted energy. Anakin watches for several minutes, then interrupts. That's not how they teach Shicho at the temple. No, master. It's how I teach it. Who taught you? You did. Anakin steps onto the mat, ignites his lightsaber. Show me. They spar. Ahsoka moves like water, flowing between forms, Shicho to Soresu to Ataru, defensive to acrobatic to aggressive. Anakin presses. Gem So. Form V. Power strikes. Ahsoka adapts, reads his intentions, parries before he commits. Anakin increases speed, more aggressive. Testing. Ahsoka's blade is everywhere. Blocking, deflecting, countering. They move across the training hall, blue and green blades weaving patterns of light. Finally, Anakin disengages, breathing hard. You're good. Too good for a Padawan. Thank you, Master. That's not a compliment. That's a concern. Who really taught you to fight like that? Ahsoka deactivates her lightsaber, meets his eyes. You did. Over years of training. Years we haven't had yet. I know that doesn't make sense, but it's the truth. Anakin sheathes his blade. You're telling me you're from the future. I'm telling you I've lived a timeline you haven't experienced yet. And in that timeline, everything goes wrong. The war ends badly. The Jedi fall. And you? She stops. Can't say it. And I, what? You make a choice. A terrible choice. Based on fear. And it destroys you. Anakin's expression darkens. What choice? I can't tell you. If I tell you, you might make it anyway. Out of curiosity. Out of pride. The future has to unfold naturally. I can only guide, not dictate. Then why tell me anything? And that the people who love you are your strength. Anakin studies her. The Council would call this heresy. The Council is wrong about many things. You're 14 years old. You shouldn't be questioning the Council. Ahsoka's smile is sad. I'm much older than 14, Master, and I've earned the right to question them. Coruscant, Jedi Temple. 2 weeks later, Ahsoka returns with Anakin and Obi-Wan. The war continues across the galaxy, but Yoda has summoned them for debriefing. The temple feels wrong to Ahsoka. She has seen it burn, watched clone troopers march through these halls, heard younglings scream. But it stands now, pristine, peaceful, ignorant. She walks beside Anakin toward the council chamber. He hasn't stopped watching her since Christophsis. Nervous? He asks. No, Master. The council wants to evaluate you. They've heard reports about Christophsis. About your unconventional approach. I completed the mission successfully. You also demonstrated combat skills far beyond your training level. You infiltrated enemy territory alone. You destroyed a shield generator without authorization. All of which saved lives. The council should be grateful. Anakin stops walking. Ahsoka. The council doesn't do grateful. They do concerned. Be careful what you say in there. She meets his eyes. I've faced the council before, Master. I know what they are. They enter the chamber. 12 Jedi Masters sit in a circle. Yoda, Mace Windu, Plo Koon, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Saesee Tiin, Adi Gallia, Even Piel, Shak Ti, Oppo Rankissis, Coleman Kayaj, Stas Ali, Depa Bilaba. Ahsoka has watched most of them die. Order 66. Clone troopers turning. Blaster fire in the back. She bows. Perfect formality. Yoda speaks first. Welcome, young Tano. Reports from Christophsis. Heard we have. Impressive your performance was. Thank you, Master Yoda. Mace Windu leans forward. Impressive, but also concerning. You demonstrated combat abilities inconsistent with your training level. How do you explain that? Ahsoka stands tall. I have been blessed with exceptional instruction, Master Windu. From whom? You only arrived at the temple 3 years ago. Your file shows standard Padawan training. Nothing exceptional. My training has been unconventional. Elaborate. She chooses her words carefully. I have experienced visions. Deep meditation. The living force has shown me paths, techniques, possibilities. I have learned from masters who have not yet taught me, from battles I have not yet fought, from futures that may never come to pass. The council shifts uncomfortably. Ki-Adi-Mundi speaks. Visions are unreliable. The future is always in motion. But some futures are more likely than others, and some must be prevented at all costs. Mace, you speak with great certainty for a Padawan. I speak from experience, Master Windu. What experience? You're 14 years old. Ahsoka's expression doesn't change. Age is measured in years. Experience is measured in hardship. I have endured hardships you cannot imagine. Silence. Yoda's ears twitch. He senses something. This child's force signature is vast, ancient, like an ocean. Mace stands. Padawan Tano, the Jedi Council is concerned about your attachment to the clone troopers. Your speech on Christopasis was inappropriate. Inappropriate? You told them they were not expendable, that you would die for their freedom. Such emotional declarations create attachment. Attachment leads to fear. Fear leads to, quote, with respect, Master Windu, that's wrong, end quote. The council goes rigid. Mace's hand moves toward his lightsaber. Excuse me. Ahsoka steps forward. Calm, respectful, but with absolute authority. Attachment is not the weakness the Jedi believe it to be. It is the refusal to process attachment that leads to fear. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. But love, true, unconditional love, is the heart of the light side. That is not Jedi philosophy. Perhaps Jedi philosophy is incomplete. Mace's voice hardens. You dare question millennia of Jedi teaching? I question teachings that confuse detachment with enlightenment. I question a philosophy that forbids love while demanding loyalty. I question an order that treats sentient beings as tools and calls it service. Ki-Adi-Mundi, this is outrageous. Adi Galia, she's been a Padawan for weeks. Yoda raises a hand. Silence falls. Speak, young Tano. Explain yourself. Ahsoka turns to Yoda. Master Yoda, you assign me to Anakin Skywalker to teach him non-attachment, to help him overcome his emotional nature. But that assignment was based on a flawed premise. Anakin's emotions are not his weakness. They are his strength. His capacity for love makes him powerful. His fear of loss makes him human. Humanity leads to suffering. The Jedi Order has confused emotional suppression with emotional mastery. We teach younglings to deny their feelings instead of understanding them. We forbid attachments instead of teaching healthy relationships. And that philosophy will destroy us. Mace, destroy us? That's a bold claim. It's the truth. In the future, I have seen the Jedi Order falls, not because we are weak, but because we are blind. We serve the Republic without questioning. We lead armies without considering the cost. We trust in the light without acknowledging the darkness growing in our own hearts. Plo Koon speaks, voice gentle. Ahsoka, what future have you seen? She looks at him. She has worked with Plo Koon, respected him, watched him die in his starfighter over Cato Nimordia. I've seen the temple burn, Master Plo. I've seen younglings slaughtered. I've seen clone troopers, our brothers, turn their weapons on us. I've seen the Jedi Order destroyed from within by our own arrogance and the Sith's patience. The council is silent. Yoda closes his eyes, reaches out through the Force. He finds truth in her words, or the echo of truth. Something. A demonstration, perhaps. Ki-Adi-Mundi suggests. If Padawan Tano claims such skill, let her prove it. Padawan, you will spar with Master Mundi. If your abilities match your confidence, we will consider your words more carefully. Ahsoka bows. As you wish. They move to the training hall adjacent to the council chamber. Ki-Adi-Mundi is a Jedi master. Tall, Sarian, skilled duelist. He ignites his lightsaber. Blue blade. She chose stance. Ahsoka ignites her single green blade. Stands in ready position. Mace gives the signal. Begin. Ki-Adi-Mundi attacks. Standard form I. Overhead strike. Ahsoka sidesteps. Minimal movement. Mundi follows with a horizontal slash. Ahsoka's blade is there, parrying. Perfect angle. Zero wasted energy. Mundi presses, faster strikes, more aggressive. Ahsoka flows between forms, Soresu defense, Ataru acrobatics. The council watches in stunned silence. This is not Padawan-level combat. This is mastery. Mundi realizes he's outmatched, tries a feint. High strike, then low. Ahsoka reads it, blocks both. Counters with a riposte that forces Mundi back. They circle, Mundi breathing hard, Ahsoka calm. Mundi attacks again. Full commitment. Gem-so power strike. Ahsoka doesn't block. She redirects, uses his momentum against him. Her blade spirals around his, locks the hilt, twists. Mundi's lightsaber flies from his hand. 15 seconds. Total. Ahsoka deactivates her blade. Bows. The training hall is silent. Mace Windu's hand is on his lightsaber. Who taught you to fight like that? Ahsoka looks at Anakin. My master did. He just doesn't know it yet. Yoda hobbles forward. Studies her with ancient eyes. Strong in the Force you are, young Tano, but more than strength I sense. Wisdom. Pain. Loss. Seen much you have, lived long though young you appear. Ahsoka meets his gaze. Yes, Master Yoda. I have lived a life this timeline has not yet experienced, and I have come back to prevent it from happening again. Believe you, I want to. But dangerous, such knowledge is. Change the future you might. Make things worse you could. Or I could make them better. Save lives. Prevent suffering. Stop the darkness before it rises. Yoda is silent for a long moment. Finally, watch you closely we will. Trust you I do not yet. But listen, we shall. Speak again, we will. The council dismisses her. As Ahsoka leaves, Anakin follows. That was either the bravest or stupidest thing I've ever seen. Probably both, Master. You just humiliated a council member, questioned Jedi philosophy, claimed to be from the future. They're going to watch you like a hawk. I know. And you did it anyway? Because it needed to be said. The Jedi Order is broken, Master. And if we don't fix it, we'll all die. Anakin stops walking. You really believe that? I know it. I've lived it. I've watched it happen. He looks at her. This impossible Padawan who fights like a master and speaks like a prophet. Then I guess we'd better make sure it doesn't happen again. Ahsoka smiles. The first genuine smile since she arrived. Thank you, Master. That's all I ask. 3 months later, still 22 BBY. The Clone Wars rage across the galaxy. Ahsoka has fought in 12 battles. Won them all. But battles are not her priority. Her brothers are. She approaches Anakin in his quarters aboard the Resolute. Master, I need to return to Kamino. Anakin looks up from tactical displays. Kamino? Why? Advanced training evaluation. I want to review clone combat readiness protocols. Observe the training facilities. Better understand how our brothers are prepared for war. That's a strange request. Is it? We rely on the clones for everything. Shouldn't we understand their capabilities fully? Anakin considers this. The Kaminoans don't like Jedi interference in their operations. We'll observe. Request a facility tour. Standard oversight. The Republic pays for the clone army. We have every right to inspect what we're purchasing. He studies her. You're planning something. I'm planning to protect our brothers, Master. That's all. Anakin nods slowly. Take Rex. If you're evaluating clone readiness, he should be there. Thank you, Master. Kamino, Tipoca City. 1 week later, rain hammers the platform as Ahsoka and Rex arrive. The sterile white architecture stretches endlessly. Lama Su greets them. Tall, gaunt, Kaminoan Prime Minister. Commander Tano. Captain Rex. Welcome to Tipoca City. Your request for a facility inspection was unexpected. Ahsoka bows. The Jedi Council wishes to ensure clone training meets Republic standards. This is routine oversight. Of course. I will arrange a tour. I'd also like to review medical records, combat injury rates, neurological assessments. We want to ensure our brothers are receiving proper care. Lama Su's large eyes narrow slightly. Medical records are confidential, not from Republic oversight. The clones are Republic property. We have clearance. She hates saying it. calling them property. But she needs access. Lama Su inclines his head. Very well. I will provide limited access to non-classified files. That will suffice. The tour is comprehensive. Training facilities, flash learning chambers, barracks, medical bays. Ashoka observes everything. But she's waiting. Finally, Lama Su escorts them to a medical research wing. This is where we monitor clone development, genetic health, neurological function. Ahsoka sees it, a terminal accessing deep medical archives. Fascinating. May I review the neurological protocols? I'm interested in how you ensure psychological stability and accelerated growth. Lama Su hesitates, then gestures to a Kaminoan medical technician. Show the commander our behavioral modification protocols. Non-classified sections only. The technician activates the terminal. Brings up files. Ahsoka scans them. Surface-level data. Nothing useful. But she memorizes the access codes, the directory structure, the security layers. Thank you. This is very informative. That night, Ahsoka's assigned quarters in Tipica City. She sits at the terminal, begins slicing. Fulcrum protocols. 50 years of intelligence work condensed into rapid keystrokes. She bypasses the first security layer, then the second, third, fourth. The Kaminoan encryption is sophisticated. But she's better. She reaches the deep archives, inhibitor chips, full specifications. Development timeline, implantation procedures, activation protocols, behavioral override mechanisms, Order 1 through Order 150, contingency commands for every scenario. Order 66, execute all Jedi, classify as traitors to the Republic, voice activation, Chancellor Palpatine, biometric lock, Sheev Palpatine's unique vocal signature. Ahsoka copies everything, stores it in multiple encrypted partitions, hidden in clone medical files where Kaminoans won't look. Then she searches deeper. Commission records. Who ordered the clone army? Sifo Dyas, Jedi Master. But the authorization signature is forged. Real authorization, Darth Tyrannus. Count Dooku's Sith name. Payment source, Higo Damask. Banking clan, actually Darth Plagueis. The entire clone army is a Sith operation from the beginning. Ahsoka's hands shake. She lived through Order 66. Watched Rex fight the chip. Held dying clones. Not this time. She accesses the genetic modification protocols, finds the inhibitor chip design, creates a counter protocol, a medical update that will neutralize the chip's command functions while leaving basic neural structures intact. Packages it as a routine medical screening. Clone Health Initiative, neural pathway optimization. Makes it look like standard Kaminoan medical improvement. Uploads it to the medical database. Schedules it for immediate deployment across all active clone units. The Kaminoans will process it as a standard update. They won't question their own medical protocols. She covers her tracks, deletes access logs, ghosts her presence. Fulcrum, intelligence operative, invisible. The next morning, Medical Bay. Ahsoka approaches Lama Su. Prime Minister, I noticed your medical staff is implementing a neural optimization protocol. New procedure? Lama Su consults his datapad. Yes, standard health improvement. We constantly refine our processes. Impressive. How many clones will receive the update? All active units over the next 6 months. Starting with troops currently on Kamino for medical evaluations. The Republic appreciates your commitment to clone welfare. Rex approaches after Lama Su leaves. Commander, what just happened? Ahsoka speaks quietly. I just saved our brothers. All of them. From what? From becoming slaves. There are chips in your heads, Rex. Inhibitor chips. Designed to override your free will. One command from Palpatine, and you'd all turn on the Jedi. Kill us. Become executioners. Rex goes pale. That's not possible. It is, and it was going to happen, but I've neutralized the chips. The medical update disables the command functions. You'll still have the physical chip, but it can't control you anymore. How do you know this? Because I lived through it. In another timeline, I watched you fight your chip, Rex. You were one of the few strong enough to resist, but so many others weren't. Cody, Wolf, Bly, they killed their Jedi without even knowing why. Rex sits heavily. And you just stopped it? All of it? The chips will still be there physically. Palpatine can still try to activate them. But they won't work. He'll give the command and nothing will happen. His weapon is broken before he ever tries to use it. Who's Palpatine? The Chancellor. He's also Darth Sidious, Sith Lord. He orchestrated the entire war, created the clone army to destroy the Jedi. But we're going to stop him. Rex processes this, then nods. What do you need me to do? Help me document everything. I need evidence, holographic recordings, medical scans, testimony. When the time comes to expose Palpatine, we need proof that even the Senate can't ignore. You have it, Commander. Ahsoka places a hand on his shoulder. Thank you, Rex. You're the best of us. Just doing my duty. No, you're being my brother. That's far more important. Coruscant, Senate District, 22 BBY. Chancellor Palpatine has been watching Anakin Skywalker carefully. The Jedi Council assigned him a Padawan, Ahsoka Tano, to teach him non-attachment, but Palpatine has his own plans for young Skywalker. He invites Anakin to the galaxy's opera house. Private box. Mon Calamari performance. Anakin accepts. It's an honor. They sit in the Chancellor's box overlooking the stage. Aquatic dancers perform below. Palpatine speaks casually, grandfatherly. How is your new Padawan, Anakin? Exceptional. Better than I expected. Better than I deserve, honestly. High praise. Master Yoda chose well, then. He did. Though I'm not sure why he chose me. I'm barely out of Padawanship myself. Palpatine smiles, because he sees your potential. As do I. You're destined for greatness, Anakin. The Jedi Council fears that. I embrace it. Anakin shifts uncomfortably. The Council doesn't fear me. Doesn't it? They deny you the rank of Master despite your achievements. They assign you a Padawan to teach you discipline. They question your methods, your emotions, your attachments. Attachment is forbidden. But is it wrong? Palpatine's voice is gentle, persuasive. You care for Senator Amidala. That's natural, human. The Jedi would have you suppress those feelings. I say, embrace them. Love makes you stronger, not weaker. Before Anakin can respond, a voice interrupts. Forgive me, Chancellor. Master. I hope I'm not intruding. Ahsoka stands at the entrance to the private box. Padawan robes, calm expression. Palpatine's smile doesn't reach his eyes. Commander Tano, what a pleasant surprise. I sensed Master Skywalker's presence. Thought I might join you, if that's acceptable. Anakin gestures to an empty seat. Of course, Ahsoka. The Chancellor was just discussing forbidden attachments. Ahsoka sits, looks directly at Palpatine. I overheard part of your conversation. Interesting perspective, Chancellor. Palpatine's expression remains warm, but his eyes are cold. The Jedi Code is ancient wisdom, but perhaps not complete wisdom. Do you agree, Commander? I agree the code has flaws, but I disagree with your solution. Oh? And what solution is that? You're suggesting Master Skywalker embrace his attachments, follow his emotions without restraint. But that's not balance. That's indulgence. Palpatine's smile tightens. Bold words for a Padawan. And I've learned that emotions are not the enemy. Fear is. Fear of loss. Fear of inadequacy. Fear of death. Those fears drive us to darkness. She turns to Anakin. Master, you care for Senator Amidala. That's not wrong. But if you let fear of losing her control your decisions, that's when attachment becomes dangerous. Love should strengthen you, not paralyze you. Anakin stares. You know about Padme? I've known since Christophsis. Your Force signature changes when you think about her. It's obvious to anyone paying attention. Then you understand Anakin's dilemma. The Jedi forbid such relationships. The Jedi forbid possessive attachment. There's a difference between love and possession. Love means wanting someone to be happy, even if that happiness doesn't include you. Possession means needing someone to be yours, even if it destroys them. She meets Palpatine's gaze. Master Skywalker doesn't possess Senator Amidala. He loves her, and that love is his strength. As long as he remembers that her happiness matters more than his fear of losing her, Palpatine's mask is perfect. But Ahsoka sees the calculation behind his eyes. He's being outmaneuvered by a 14-year-old. Wise words, Commander. Your master has taught you well. He will. Eventually. The opera continues. But the conversation is over. Later. Walking back to the Jedi Temple. Anakin pulls Ahsoka aside. How long have you known about Padme? Since I arrived, Master. And you didn't report me to the Council. Why would I? You're not breaking any real law. The Jedi Code forbids attachment, but the code is flawed. Love isn't forbidden by the Force, only by Jedi interpretation. The Council would expel me if they knew. Then they're fools. Your capacity for love is your greatest strength. It's what makes you the chosen one. Anakin stops walking. How do you know that term? Because I've seen what you become when you deny your love, when you let fear of loss control you. I've seen you fall, Master, in another timeline, another life, and I will do everything in my power to prevent it from happening again. Ahsoka, you keep saying these things, future timelines, visions, but you never explain. She looks at him. The weight of 50 years is in her eyes. I was 67 years old when I died, Master. I surrendered to the Force after a lifetime of war, and the Force sent me back to this moment, back to you. Because in my timeline I failed you. I left the Order. I wasn't there when you needed me most. And you fell to the dark side, became something terrible. Anakin's breath catches. I become a Sith. You become Darth Vader. Palpatine's apprentice. You help him destroy the Jedi Order, kill younglings, hunt down survivors. For 23 years you serve the darkness, until your son redeems you at the very end. My son? Luke, your son with Padme. He brings you back to the light. But by then, the damage is done. The galaxy is enslaved. Trillions dead. All because you made one terrible choice based on fear. Anakin sinks onto a bench. What choice? Palpatine tells you he can save Padme from dying in childbirth, offers you dark-side power, promises immortality, and you accept. You fall. You lose everything trying to save one person. And you're here to stop that. I'm here to anchor you. To be the support the Council never was. To love you without judgment. To show you that loss is part of life, but it doesn't define you. In my timeline, I was snippy, arrogant, teenage. I challenged you, questioned you, made you prove yourself. And that was good. It helped you grow. But I also left when things got hard. When the Council betrayed me, I walked away, left you alone. And that was my greatest failure. This time, I won't leave. This time, I'll be the Padawan you deserve, the anchor you need, the voice that tells you, you are enough, you are loved, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you. Anakin's eyes glisten. I don't know what to say. You don't have to say anything. Just trust me. And when the darkness comes, when Palpatine makes his move, remember this moment. Remember that you have a choice. You've always had a choice. He pulls her into a hug. Thank you, snips. She smiles through tears. Always, Sky Guy. 2 years later. 20 BBY. The Clone Wars have raged for 2 years. Ahsoka is 16 now. Taller. More confident. But she carries the same ancient wisdom. She approaches the Jedi Council with a proposal. Masters, I request authorization for a mission to Mandalore. Mace Windu frowns. Mandalore is neutral. We have no jurisdiction there. I've sensed his presence through the Force. He's manipulating Death Watch, building a criminal empire. If we don't stop him now, he'll destabilize the entire sector. Yoda's ears twitch. Sense Maul, you do? Strong in the dark side he is. Dangerous. I'm aware, Master. I've fought him before. Before? When before? In visions. Deep meditation. The Force has shown me our confrontation. I know his fighting style, his weaknesses, his fears. Obi-Wan speaks. Maul killed my master. If he's truly on Mandalore, I should lead the mission. No, Master Kenobi. This must be me. Maul expects a Jedi Master. He doesn't expect a Padawan. That's my advantage. Mace, you're asking us to authorize a solo mission against a Sith Lord. That's suicide. I won't be alone. I'll take Captain Rex and a battalion of the 501st, and I'll coordinate with Mandalorian resistance forces on the ground. Plo Koon. What Mandalorian resistance? Death Watch controls the system. Bo-Katan cries is forming a resistance. She'll help us if we help her. The council exchanges glances. Yoda closes his eyes, reaches out through the Force. Sense your certainty, I do. Confident, you are. But reckless, this plan seems. It's not reckless, Master. It's necessary. Maul is a tool of the Sith. He knows Darth Sidious's identity. If we capture him, we can expose the Sith Lord controlling the Republic. Mace leans forward. You believe there's a Sith Lord in the Republic? I know there is, and Maul can lead us to him. Long silence. Finally Yoda nods. Authorized. Your mission is. But careful. You must be. Return alive, you will. Yes, Master. Mandalore. Sundari. Capital City. Ahsoka descends with Rex and the 501st. Bo-Katan cries. Mandalorian warrior. Former Death Watch. Now fighting against Maul's takeover. Commander Tano, your reputation precedes you. Lady cries, thank you for meeting us. You said you can help us retake Mandalore from Maul. How? By challenging him directly. He's in the royal palace, holding Duchess Satine captive, using her as leverage. Bo-Katan's jaw tightens. My sister. That monster has my sister. Then let's get her back. But I need Maul alive. He has information critical to the Republic. Fine. But if he's hurt, Satine. I understand. Rex. Coordinate with Lady Kryze's forces. Standard urban assault pattern. I'll infiltrate the palace and draw Maul out. Rex. Commander, you're going in alone. I have to. Maul won't take the bait otherwise. But I'll signal when I need extraction. She moves through Sundari's streets. Invisible. Fulcrum training. The palace looms ahead. Maul's forces patrol. Death Watch traders. Criminal enforcers. Ahsoka bypasses them all. Reaches the throne room. Maul sits on the throne. Zabrak. Red and black skin. Horns. Yellow eyes burning with hate. Duchess Satine kneels before him in chains. Maul senses Ahsoka's approach. Turns. A Jedi. Come to challenge me. Ahsoka steps into the throne room. Single green lightsaber ignited. Darth Maul. Former apprentice to Darth Sidious. Murderer. Crime lord. Your reign ends today. Maul laughs. You're just a child. Barely more than a Padawan. You think you can defeat me? I know I can. She attacks. But not like a Padawan. Like a grandmaster. Her blade moves with refined economy. Every strike precise. No wasted motion. Maul defends, his double-bladed saber spinning. Jar-Kai. Juyo. Aggressive. And unpredictable. But Ahsoka has fought Sith before. Vader. Inquisitors. She knows their patterns. She flows between forms. Soresu defense. Ataru acrobatics. Maul presses harder, faster strikes, more aggressive angles. Ahsoka adapts. Reads his intentions before he commits. 30 seconds into the duel, Maul realizes he's losing. This isn't a Padawan. This is something else. You fight like Kenobi. Like Skywalker. Like, no. Who are you? And you're going to help me kill your master's master. She disarms him. One clean strike. His double blade falls. Maul stumbles back. Shocked. Humiliated. Ahsoka's blade at his throat. Yield. Maul snarls. I yield to no one. He tries to force push her. But she's ready. She absorbs the attack. Channels it harmlessly. I said yield. Maul collapses. Broken. Defeated. Bo-Katan rushes in with her forces. Secures the throne room. Frees Satine. Ahsoka keeps her blade on Maul. Captain Rex. Bind him. Force-suppressing restraints. He's coming with us. The former Sith Lord looks up at Ahsoka. Fear in his eyes. You're not a Jedi. You're something else. Something impossible. I'm the future you won't live to see. The reckoning you can't escape. And you're going to help me destroy everything Sidious built. Maul laughs bitterly. You think Sidious can be destroyed? He's too powerful. Too cunning. He's already won. Not yet. And with your testimony, we'll stop him before he can. They extract Maul from Mandalore. Bo-Katan reclaims the throne in her sister's name. Aboard the Resolute, Ahsoka interrogates Maul in a detention cell. Tell me about Darth Sidious. Maul spits. Why would I betray my master? Because he abandoned you. Left you to die on Naboo. Replaced you with Count Dooku. You're nothing to him. A failed experiment. A broken tool. Maul's rage flares. I am his greatest weapon. You were. Past tense. Now you're just a prisoner. But you can have revenge. Help me expose him. Tell me his identity. Maul hesitates. Then laughs. Bitter. Broken. You want to know who he is? Fine. I'll tell you. But it won't matter. He's too deep in the Republic. Too protected. Too powerful. His name. Maul meets her eyes. Sheev Palpatine, Chancellor of the Republic. He is Darth Sidious, and he's been orchestrating the entire war from the beginning. Ahsoka records the confession. Holographic, audio, perfect evidence. Thank you, Maul. You just saved the galaxy. No, I just condemned us all. When Sidious learns I betrayed him, he'll kill everyone I've ever known. Including me. Then you'd better hope we get to him first. She leaves the detention cell. Rex waits outside. Commander, we have it. Full confession. Palpatine is Sidious. Good. Now we document everything. Medical records. Clone chip evidence. Maul's testimony. Financial records linking Palpatine to the Sith. We build a case so airtight even the Senate can't ignore it. When do we move? Not yet. We need one more piece. The most important piece. What's that? Anakin's trust. Because when we expose Palpatine, he's going to try to turn Anakin one last time. And this time, Anakin needs to be ready. More than anyone. I know. And I won't fail him. Not again. She looks out at the stars. Somewhere out there, Palpatine sits in his Chancellor's office, planning, scheming, preparing his final move. But Ahsoka has lived through his endgame. She knows every step, every manipulation, every trap. This time, the Sith won't win. This time, she'll save them all. Rex set course for Coruscant. It's time to tell Master Skywalker everything. Yes, Commander. The Resolute jumps to hyperspace. The endgame is coming. 19 BBY. 3 years after Christophise. The Clone Wars are ending. General Grievous is dead on Utapau. Obi-Wan killed him personally. The Separatist Council is in hiding on Mustafar. Count Dooku is dead, killed by Anakin aboard the Invisible Hand. The war is almost over. But Order 66 has not been executed, cannot be executed, because the chips are neutralized. Coruscant, Jedi Temple, private meditation chamber. Ahsoka gathers her evidence. 3 years of preparation. 3 years of building an airtight case. Inhibitor chip medical scans. Kaminoan genetic files. Darth Maul's confession hologram. Financial records linking Palpatine to the banking clan and the Sith. Communication intercepts between Palpatine and Dooku. Everything documented. Everything verified. Everything irrefutable. She contacts Anakin, Obi-Wan, Rex. Meet me in Meditation Chamber 7. Private. No recording devices. No council presence. Just us. Anakin arrives first. Ahsoka. What's this about? Everything, Master. The war. The Sith. The truth. Obi-Wan enters. Rather cryptic summons, Commander. Rex follows with several 501st troopers. Fives among them. Ahsoka seals the chamber. Activates force-dampening privacy screens. She stands before them. Her family. Her brothers. What I'm about to show you will change everything. It will shatter your trust in the Republic. It will reveal a conspiracy that spans decades, and it will require us to act immediately and decisively. Anakin, Ahsoka, you're scaring me. Good. You should be scared, because the Chancellor is a Sith Lord. Silence. Obi-Wan speaks carefully. That's a serious accusation. It's not an accusation. It's fact. Backed by evidence. Sheev Palpatine, Chancellor of the Republic. He is Darth Sidious. Then the inhibitor chip documentation. Kaminoan files showing Order 66 specifications. Voice activation. Palpatine. Then financial records. Banking clan transactions. Payments from Hago Damask to Palpatine. Damask's true identity, Darth Plagueis. Then communication intercepts. Encrypted messages between Palpatine and Dooku, coordinating the war, orchestrating battles, manipulating both sides. The evidence plays for 20 minutes. Irrefutable, comprehensive, devastating. When it ends, the chamber is silent. Anakin sinks into a chair. This can't be real. It's real, Master. Palpatine is Darth Sidious. He created the clone army to destroy the Jedi. He orchestrated the entire war to consolidate power, and his final move is coming. Soon. Obi-Wan paces. If this is true, and the evidence certainly suggests it is, the Republic is doomed. Palpatine controls the Senate, the military, public opinion. We can't simply arrest him. We're not going to arrest him. We're going to execute him. Rex, Commander, that's assassination. That's justice. If we try to arrest him through legal channels, he'll manipulate the Senate, turn public opinion against the Jedi, declare martial law. He's been planning this for decades. We can't give him time to adapt. Anakin stands. His voice is hollow. He's been grooming me. For years. All those private conversations, the opera visits, the fatherly advice. He was trying to turn me. Ahsoka meets his eyes. Yes, in my timeline he succeeds. He tells you he can save Padme from dying in childbirth, offers you dark side power. And you fall. You become Darth Vader. You help him execute Order 66. Kill the Jedi. Destroy the Republic. Anakin's hands shake. I would never. You would. And you did. Because you were afraid. Afraid of losing Padme. Afraid of being alone. Afraid of failing. And that fear made you vulnerable. She steps closer. Places a hand on his shoulder. But that's not going to happen this time. Because you're not alone. You have me. You have Obi-Wan. You have Padme. You have Rex and your brothers. And together, we're going to stop Palpatine before he can make his move. Obi-Wan. How? Storm his office? Kill him in front of the Senate? No. We expose him first. Force him to reveal himself. Then we end him publicly. Make it clear to the entire galaxy that he's a Sith Lord. That the Republic is free. 5 speaks up. Commander, we're with you. The 501st is ready. Just give the order. Thank you, Fives. I need you and Rex to coordinate with other chip-free battalions. Commanders Wolf, Cody, Bly, anyone who received the neural optimization treatment. They need to be ready to support us when Palpatine tries to activate Order 66. Rex, he's going to try? Yes. Soon. Within days. He'll sense the war ending. He'll make his move, and when he does, we need to be ready. Anakin, what do you need me to do? Confront him? Go to his office. Tell him you know the truth. Force him to drop the mask, and when he reveals himself as Sidious, we'll be waiting. You want me to be bait. I want you to be the trigger. He'll try to turn you one last time. Offer you power. Promise to save Padme, and you're going to refuse him. Choose the light, and break his heart. Anakin nods slowly, and if he attacks, then we kill him, together. Obi-Wan, the Council needs to know. Ahsoka shakes her head. The Council will debate. Form committees. Demand more evidence. We don't have time. We act now. The 3 of us. Rex. The 501st. We end this today. Silence. Finally, Anakin speaks. All right, I'll do it. I'll confront Palpatine. But Ahsoka, if you're wrong, I'm not wrong, Master. I've lived this. I know how it ends, and this time we're changing the ending. Anakin enters alone. Palpatine sits behind his desk, reviewing legislation. Anakin, what a pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting you. Anakin stands in the center of the office. Chancellor, I need to speak with you. About the war, about your plans. Palpatine's expression remains warm, concerned. Of course, my boy. What troubles you? I know who you are. Silence. Palpatine's smile doesn't waver. I'm not sure I understand. Yes, you do. You're Darth Sidious, Dark Lord of the Sith. You orchestrated the Clone Wars, created the clone army to destroy the Jedi, manipulated the Republic for decades, and you've been grooming me to be your apprentice. The mask drops. Palpatine stands. His voice changes. No longer grandfatherly. Cold. Calculating. Impressive. How did you discover this? My Padawan, Ahsoka, showed me everything. The evidence. The testimony. The truth. Palpatine's eyes narrow. Ahsoka Tano. I've been watching her carefully. She's not what she appears to be. There's something wrong about her. Something ancient. She's from the future, sent back by the Force to stop you. Palpatine laughs. Sharp. Bitter. The future. Impossible. She knows things no one should know. She fights like a master. She speaks with wisdom beyond her years. And she's been dismantling your plans for 3 years. The inhibitor chips. The medical update. That was her doing. Yes. You can try to activate Order 66, but it won't work. The chips are neutralized. Your weapon is broken. Palpatine's composure cracks. Fury bleeds through. You think you've won? You think stopping one contingency plan changes anything? I have spent 50 years building this empire. I will not be stopped by a child from a timeline that doesn't exist. Force lightning erupts from his hands. Anakin ignites his lightsaber. Deflects. The office explodes in dark side energy. Outside, Ahsoka feels it. Now. The 501st floods the corridor. Palpatine faces 4 opponents. Anakin, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Rex with blaster aimed. The Chancellor's yellow Sith eyes burn. So. The little prophet brought reinforcements. How quaint. Ahsoka ignites her green lightsaber. It's over, Sidious. The Senate knows. The Jedi know. The clones know. Your conspiracy is exposed. Exposed? Palpatine gestures to the window overlooking the Senate plaza. Look outside. The Senate still trusts me. The people still love me. The Jedi are still blind. Nothing has changed. Everything has changed. We have evidence. Holo recordings. Medical files. Maul's confession. Financial records. Everything you've done documented and ready for the entire galaxy to see. Palpatine's rage intensifies. Evidence can be fabricated. Testimony coerced. The Senate will believe what I tell them to believe. Obi-Wan steps forward. Not when we broadcast your confession across every channel in the Republic. Not when we show the galaxy your true face. Palpatine sneers. Then I suppose there's no need for pretense. Force lightning. Force scream. Telekinetic devastation. The office becomes a battlefield. Palpatine is a Sith Lord with 50 years of dark side mastery. But Ahsoka has fought Sith before. Vader. Inquisitors. She knows their patterns. She moves with serene precision. Her single green blade deflecting lightning. Channeling attacks harmlessly. Anakin fights beside her. Gem So. Form V. Power and aggression. Obi-Wan takes the defensive. Sorsu. Form 3. Impenetrable defense. Rex provides covering fire. Blaster bolts forcing Palpatine to divide attention. The Sith Lord is powerful, but he's outnumbered and outmaneuvered. Palpatine focuses on Anakin. One last attempt. You could have been my greatest apprentice. I could have taught you to save Padme. She will die, Anakin. I've seen it. Only I have the power to prevent her death. Anakin's response is immediate. Certain. I already have everything I need. I have my wife. I have my master. I have my Padawan. And I have the light. Your power means nothing to me. Palpatine's face contorts with rage. Then you will watch her die. He redirects his lightning at Ahsoka. Massive discharge. Enough to kill. Ahsoka doesn't block. She absorbs. Force technique learned from 50 years of combat. Tutaminis. Energy absorption. The lightning pours into her. She channels it, purifies it, then releases it back. Not as Sith lightning, as pure Force energy. Palpatine is thrown across the office, slams into the wall. Stunned, weakened, Ahsoka advances. Her blade steady. You wanted to know who I am, Sidious. I'm the future you'll never see. The reckoning you can't escape. I'm Ahsoka Tano, Fulcrum, Survivor. And I will not let you destroy my family. She fights with something stronger than rage, stronger than hate, love. She fights for Anakin, who is still standing beside her, for Obi-Wan, who hasn't been murdered on Tatooine, for Rex, who is still alive and free, for every clone whose mind is still their own, for Padme, who will live, for Luke and Leia, who will be born into peace. The light side erupts from her like a star. Palpatine feels it. True light, unconditional love, the dark side's ultimate weakness. He tries to flee. Force speeds toward the door, but Anakin is there, blocking his path. It's over. Chancellor, you've lost. Palpatine snarls. I am the Senate. I am the Republic. I am the dark side of the Force. No, Anakin says quietly. You're just an old man who's been cheating death for too long, and your time is up. Together, Ahsoka, Anakin, and Obi-Wan, they strike. 3 lightsabers, blue, green, blue. Palpatine tries to defend, but he's exhausted, weakened, overwhelmed. Anakin's blade pierces his heart. Darth Sidious, Dark Lord of the Sith, Chancellor of the Republic, falls. His last words, "The dark side is eternal." Ahsoka's response, "But so is the light." Palpatine dies. The dark side presence that has clouded Coruscant for decades shatters like glass. Across the city, Jedi feel it. The weight lifting, the fog clearing. In the council chamber, Yoda gasps. Gone, the darkness is. Ended, the Sith are. Rex lowers his blaster. Is it over? Ahsoka deactivates her lightsaber. Yes, it's over. She looks at Anakin, at Obi-Wan. You did it, Master. You chose the light. You saved yourself. Anakin pulls her into an embrace. We did it. Together. Obi-Wan joins them. The Republic is saved. But what happens now? Ahsoka looks out the window at Coruscant. Now we rebuild. Better than before. 2 weeks later. Jedi Temple. Council Chamber. The Council has assembled. Emergency session. Ahsoka and Anakin stand before them. Yoda speaks first. Defeated Darth Sidious, you have. Saved the Republic. Grateful, the Jedi Order is. Mace Windu, the Senate has appointed Mon Mothma as interim chancellor. She's calling for investigations into Palpatine's entire network. The War Crimes Tribunal will take years. Plo Koon, the Separatists have surrendered. Without Sidious controlling them, they lost cohesion. The Clone Wars are over. Ahsoka nods. And the clones? Shaak Ti, the Senate has granted them citizenship, full rights. They're no longer property. Many are choosing to remain in military service. Others are retiring, building lives. Rex deserves that, Ahsoka thinks. They all do. Yoda, but a question remains. What will you do, young Tano? And you, Skywalker? Ahsoka and Anakin exchange glances. Anakin speaks first. Master Yoda, we've been discussing this, and we've made a decision. He removes his Jedi robes, folds them carefully, places them on the council chamber floor. We're leaving the order. The council erupts in protest. Mace. Leaving. After everything. The Jedi Order is broken. It's lost its way. It confused dogma with wisdom, detachment with peace, service with slavery. Obi-Wan stands. Anakin, please reconsider. I have, Master. For 3 years I've watched Ahsoka challenge every assumption the Order holds sacred. And she's been right. About attachment. About emotion. About love. The Jedi Code is incomplete. And I can't serve an incomplete philosophy anymore. Ahsoka steps forward. Also removes her Padawan robes. Masters, I walked away from the Order once before. In another timeline, the Council falsely accused me of terrorism, refused to trust me, abandoned me when I needed them most, and I left broken and disillusioned. This time, I'm leaving whole. I'm leaving with purpose. I'm leaving because I've seen what the Jedi Order becomes when it refuses to evolve, and I won't watch it happen again. Yoda's ears droop. Evolve, you say. How should we evolve? By allowing attachments, by accepting that Jedi are human, by understanding that love is strength, not weakness, by serving people, not institutions. Mace, and you think you can teach this better than we can. I think someone needs to try, and we're willing to be that someone. Anakin, we're going to build an academy, somewhere far from Coruscant, far from politics and war. A place where Force sensitives can learn without rigid codes, where they can be whole people, where love is celebrated, not forbidden. Padme is coming with us. We're done hiding our marriage. Done pretending. We're going to raise our family. Teach together. Build something new. Obi-Wan's voice is soft. Pained. Anakin, you're my brother, don't do this. Anakin embraces him. You're my brother too, Master. And you always will be. But this is my path now. Ahsoka showed me that I don't have to choose between love and the light. I can have both. And I'm choosing both. He turns to the Council. The Jedi Order served the galaxy for 1,000 generations. But it lost its way. If it's going to survive, it must change. And that change can't happen from within these walls. It needs to come from outside. From people willing to question, to challenge, to grow. Ahsoka, we're not your enemies. We're not Dark Jedi. We're just something different, something new. And we hope that someday the Order will learn from us. As we learned from you. Long silence. Yoda closes his eyes, reaches out through the Force. He sees their future, bright, hopeful, free. Go you may, blessings you have, but remember always, Jedi you are, in heart and spirit, in purpose, changed. The title may be, but the light you still serve. Ahsoka bows. Always, Master Yoda. They leave the council chamber. Outside, Rex waits with the 501st. Commander, General, we heard. You're really leaving? Anakin, we are. But we need help building the academy. Setting up security. Training protocols. You interested? Rex grins. The 501st follows you, General, wherever you go. 5 steps forward. We're not soldiers anymore. We're free men. And we choose to stand with you. Ahsoka's eyes glisten. Thank you. All of you. 6 months later, unnamed world, outer rim, a compound rises from the landscape. Simple, beautiful, peaceful. Not a temple, an academy. Ahsoka stands on a cliff overlooking the training grounds. Students practice below, some Force-sensitive, some not. Clones teaching combat tactics. Anakin leading meditation sessions. Padme coordinating outreach programs. Obi-Wan approaches. He visits often. Bridge between the old order and the new. Impressive progress. You've built something remarkable here. We've built it together, all of us. The Council is watching, some with suspicion, others with curiosity. Yoda speaks of you often, with pride. How are the reforms coming? Slowly. The Council has authorized a study on attachment. Plo Koon is leading it. They're considering allowing Jedi to maintain family connections. Small steps lead to great journeys. They stand in comfortable silence. Then Obi-Wan asks, do you regret it? Leaving. Ahsoka considers. No, I regret nothing. I've lived 2 lives now. The first ended with me alone, broken, still fighting wars that should have ended decades ago. This second life, I have family, purpose, peace. And what of the future? The visions you spoke of. Changed. All of it. Anakin never falls. Padme lives. Luke and Leia will be born in 2 months, into a galaxy at peace. Rex and the clones are free. The Sith are defeated. The Jedi are reforming. She smiles. I've saved them all. At what cost? Everything I was. I'm not that snippy teenager anymore. I'm not the intelligence operative who hunted the Empire. I'm something new. Something better. What are you? A teacher, a sister, a daughter, a friend. I'm Ahsoka Tano, and for the first time in 50 years, I'm at peace. Obi-Wan squeezes her shoulder. Then you've earned your rest. Not rest. Purpose. There's a difference. That evening, Ahsoka sits with Anakin and Padme. They watch the twin suns set over the academy grounds. Padme rests her hand on her swollen belly. Twins growing inside her. Have you thought of names? Ahsoka asks. Anakin. Luke. For the light. And Leia. For strength. Perfect. Padme. Will you be their aunt? Officially? Ahsoka's chest tightens. I'd be honored. Then it's settled. Aunt Ahsoka. I like the sound of that. They sit in peaceful silence. Anakin. Snips. Can I ask you something? Anything. Sky Guy. In your timeline. The one where everything went wrong. What happened to me at the very end? She looks at him. Your son redeemed you. Luke refused to kill you, even when the Emperor commanded it. He threw down his weapon. Said, I am a Jedi, like my father before me. And you chose love. Chose your son. Turned on the Emperor. Saved Luke. And died in his arms. Free at last. Anakin's eyes glisten. I came back to the light. At the very end. Yes. But it cost you everything. 23 years as a monster. A slave to the dark side. Your body broken. Your soul tortured. You died redeemed. But you lived damned. And this time you never fall. You live free. You raise your children. You love your wife. You teach the next generation. You become the man you were always meant to be. Anakin pulls both of them close. Ahsoka and Padme. His family. Thank you, Ahsoka. For everything. For saving me. For believing in me. For being my Padawan. Always, Master. Always. They sit together as the sun set, and Ahsoka feels it. The Force. Calm. Balanced. Bright. No dark side shadows. No Sith Lords. No Empire. No Vader. Just light. Life. Hope. She closes her eyes, reaches out through the Force, and somewhere, somehow, she feels her older self. The woman who died in meditation. The woman who surrendered to the Force and woke here. That woman whispers across time, You've earned your rest, young one. Ahsoka whispers back, Not rest. Purpose. And I've found it. She opens her eyes, looks at her family, her students, her brothers. For the first time in 50 years, Ahsoka Tano is home. The Force is balanced, the galaxy is free, and she will spend every day of this second life ensuring it stays that way. The White Weaver has become the protector, and she will never, ever fail them again. Years later, the Academy, Luke and Leia, age 5, play in the gardens, laughing, running, free. Ahsoka watches from the training hall. Rex approaches, older now, gray in his hair, but alive, free. Commander, the new students arrive tomorrow, 23 of them, Force-sensitive, from all over the galaxy. Good. We'll need more instructors. Is Fives ready to teach tactics? He is. And Echo wants to help with engineering courses. Echo's alive? In the original timeline, he died at the Citadel. Rescued him from Skako Minor last year. Separatists had him, but we got him back. Ahsoka smiles. Another life saved. Another future changed. Perfect. Tell him he's hired. Commander, I've been thinking about the future, about what you built here. What about it? You changed everything. Saved the Jedi. Saved the clones. Saved the Republic. But you gave up being a Jedi to do it. Do you ever regret that? She looks at the Academy, at the students, at Luke and Leia playing, at Anakin and Padme teaching together. I didn't give up being a Jedi, Rex. I redefined what it means. The Jedi Order taught detachment. I teach connection. They taught suppression. I teach balance. They taught duty. I teach love. Just a different kind. A better kind. And that's enough? It's everything. Luke runs up. Aunt Ahsoka. Watch this. He concentrates. A small rock levitates. Ahsoka kneels. Very good, Luke. The Force is strong with you. Like my dad? Like your whole family. Leia joins them. Teach us lightsaber forms. Please. Ahsoka laughs. Genuine joy. You're 5 years old. A bit young for lightsabers. You started training at 3. Leia protests. And look how I turned out. Traumatized and time-displaced. Let's wait a few more years, okay? The twins run off, laughing. Rex chuckles. You're good with them. I've had practice. In another life. Think they'll be Jedi? I think they'll be whatever they choose to be. That's the point. Choice, freedom, love. She stands, looks out at the horizon. We've built something here, Rex. Something the galaxy has never seen. A place where the Force serves people, not the other way around. Where love is strength. Where attachment is celebrated. Where balance is the goal. You did that, Commander. You changed everything. We did that. All of us. Together. She places a hand on his shoulder. Thank you, Rex, for trusting me, for following me, for being my brother. Always, Commander. Always. The Force whispers around them, peaceful, balanced, bright, and Ahsoka knows this is where she was always meant to be. Not in the past, not in the future. Here, now, home. The galaxy is safe, her family is whole, and the light endures. Forever. Let us know what you'd like to see next. The end.